They say there's like 4 different types of friendships. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning on His Radio. I'll tell you what they are. They're self-explanatory. There's no details that need to be done. You got your lifelong friends, friends of convenience, the work friends, and then the same chapter of life friends. And I'm curious this morning, how did your best friend come into your life?
Well, I have 2, and one is Becky, and one is Ann. And we just have so much fun. But I will tell you, those 2 women are complete polar opposites of each other. We still have a lot of fun, but you get different things from different people.
Do the 3 of you get together?
Sometimes, but our schedules are kind of crazy. So it's more like one-on-one, which I really cherish because I think, if you have a big group, you have to divide that attention, and so I really like that intentional one-on-one. I see you, you see me
really?
Kind of thing. Yeah.
That's neat to have.
It is neat to have. And I have friends, like the lifelong friends that I've had since high school and before, but you just don't get to see each other that much. But I'm telling you, once you do get together, it's like you pick up right where you left off. There's been no downtime.
Yeah, we don't. My family does not have best friends. Mm-hmm. We don't have the couple you hang out. No,
we don't do that either.
No, I wish.
Yeah,
I would. Nor do I have that kind of a friend. Mm-hmm. I have the work relationship friends,
sure,
and that's it. But I don't have that close. Get together on the weekends, always hang out, go off to the vacations, that kind of thing. That's just never entered my life.
Well, and it's hard. I think it's harder for couples because we don't have that either, because you have to, the husband has to get along very well with the other husband. The wife has to get, and sometimes that's 4 relationships you got to keep up.
I've seen some people where that's successful for them.
Some people it is. It just hasn't been anything we have found in our life, and evidently Rob and Amy haven't done that.
Well, and
either.
even in my personal life, I don't have the guy friend.
Yeah. Oh.
We have the small group people.
Oh, well, that's...
Which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the work relationships, which is nice. But not the go out on the weekends kind of, hey, let's go off and, ride bikes or something like that.
But I also think because Rob is so busy between work, church, responsibilities and small groups and that kind of thing. And then also you have a larger family of 3 kids, right? 4 kids.
All of different decades.
Yeah. And so you're also trying to keep those relationships going. And if you added something else to the mix, it's a lot.
Liz manages to do it.
Well, I have...
She's got 2 different types of friends.
Well, yeah.
She's got 2 besties.
I do have 2 besties. And I think we round each other out. I think it's okay to have 2 besties.
I'm trying to get thinner. I don't need anybody to round me out.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So Christine texted, and she's talking about her best friend. She said, I met my best friend after I moved to a different classroom in the 1st grade. She says, I was in special ed, but I got moved to a regular classroom. And she approached me, I guess, on that first day and was just the sweetest. Said we're both 27 now and still best friends. In fact, she's going to go visit her soon.
That's lifelong.
That's lifelong.
It's a lifelong friendship since school.
I know, since 1st grade.
That's pretty amazing. Sean's here at 800-447-7234.
I have a best friend who's struggling with, a recent divorce, alcohol issues, and I think I finally convinced him to listen to your station. He said he was going to do it last night. So I'm just sitting here praying for him and hoping he's hearing the same songs that I'm hearing. And I think he really needs to hear this. And I really want to thank you for providing for him. I hope he's listening.
You're such a great friend. And you know what? I kind of have a feeling he's listening along with you right now. And this song right here is just for him.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
It's been so great hearing some of your stories about how you met your friends. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio.
Ann texted and said, we have a small group friends as a couple, and we see them, sometimes outside the regular group. But my best friend was my college roommate, and they had miles in between them. But she passed away last year.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ann.
But, man, just such good friends all those years. Tracy texted and said, I met my best friend when I was 20. She was dating Tracy's dad.
What?
They dated for 4 years and then ended up just remaining friends. Tracy and that person are still best friends today.
Really?
How awesome is that?
I'm going to guess her best friend is a lot older than she is.
I would think so, yeah. And then Margie texted and said, I've had my best friend since 6th grade. We've been there for each other over the past 36 years. She's going through a hard time, the best friend is right now, and she said she's glad she gets to, in turn, be there for her.
They're there for each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Tasha's here at 800-447-7234.
I have to brag about my friendship that was actually forged at Thornwell. It's about 37 years strong. I have two of the most incredible, we call each other sisters, but we were together at this Thornwell was a home for children, and we lived there together in a home. We graduated high school together. Even though we left the area, we still remained extremely close. I feel so blessed to have them in my life that I don't know what I would do without them. The sad thing is they live out of state, but we talk almost every day. We make sure we see each other 3 or 4 times a year, and that is so important to me because I don't know how I would have survived my life without their friendship. So I give so many thanks and blessings to Thornwell, and also the fact that they were put in my life for a reason, and they stuck by me for, oh my gosh, almost 40 years when you look at it.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
A spring day in western North Carolina, in Asheville, in the Smokies, and Blue Ridge. Just so gorgeous. There was one guy David, who lives in the Asheville area, out on his lanai.
Oh, he's got a lanai.
He's got a lounge chair. I think it's more like the carport. He's got his lounge chair, and he's just laying there enjoying the flowers, the beautiful air. And as he's looking at his phone as he's outside, he notices, oh, my Ring camera just went off. Let me see. He looked over. He goes, I don't see anything because he's laying right in front of the front door.
Okay.
And so he goes and he looks. He goes, well, there's nothing on the Ring camera. And then he looks again toward his door. There is a bear staring straight at him.
Oh, no.
And it's all captured on the Ring camera. And so he freezes for a moment. He's like, I don't know what to do. He grabs his pillow and he stays real still. And the bear looks and notices him and goes, oh, and then bolts and runs out of there.
Yeah, you're showing me the video, and you can see this, his radio, TV, Roku, Apple TV, all this. So the bear actually looked like he was frightened of David.
When you see this, yeah. He takes off. He posts this on his Facebook page, so you'll see it. I mean, it's just out of there. It's like, whew.
Yeah, the bear's ears even go like straight up. Like your dog does when they notice something and they're a little like freaked out. So I'm glad, honestly, that the bear was freaked out by David. Because that could have gone a little different.
Yeah. You'll notice Liz mentioned just earlier His Radio TV. Yeah, we'll show this to you on His Radio TV. That's Apple TV, Roku, HisRadio.com, and on the My His Radio app.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
I have a feeling the pressure is just going to be allowed now not to have the kids always active. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning on His Radio.
Yeah, we're getting into that time of year because before long, kids are going to be out of school for the summer, and you're going to hear it more than ever before. I'm bored. But a new study says that's okay. Let them be bored.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Don't say, well, go get on your laptop or your video game or sit in front of the TV. Just let them be bored. Let them figure it out. That's what this new study says. It's actually good for our brains to be bored a little bit.
So the thing is, let them figure it out.
Don't give them an out. Now, sometimes I have done this with my own kids. If they tell me I'm bored, I have said, well, tell you what, we can fix that. There's some dishes that need to be done. There's some this and
Give
that.
them all the chores.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I will send them outside and say, figure out something to do out there. Because I don't want you to have more screen time if you're telling me you're bored.
Well, and plus it takes the pressure off of always having to put together, like you're the cruise planner. You don't have to be the planner for all activities.
Right, because you got to plan meals and everything else. You don't have time for that.
Well, and going off to this place and that place or this theme park and that theme park and go to this water park and go off to a movie, and that's exhausting.
It is exhausting. And there's resources that we can take advantage of through the summer, like the free movies and the free bowling and free skating.
But that's the thing. You're still planning to go there. So they say it's okay every now and then to let them be bored and figure it out themselves, which so encourages Scott.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes when my kids say they're bored, especially my son, like I'm not doing enough to plan out activities for them. And I know when I was growing up, it was like, just go outside. Like you said, Liz, figure it out. So this is kind of an encouragement, I think, to me and a lot of parents. Like we don't have to necessarily try to plan out every minute of the summer that's coming up or their activities.
And it doesn't have to be a source of contention between us and our kids, which is good. I'm bored. Well, I'll give you something to do. Because that's kind of what happened at my house.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Here is a high school teacher in Kenya that saw an opportunity to do something for people that have a hard time that could afford the gas in motorbikes. There's a lot of couriers in Nairobi and in Kenya that use motorbikes like Vespas to get around and do all the deliveries and things like that. And so this high school teacher thought, maybe I can help make a battery-powered one, an electric bike like that.
So to
motorbike.
reconfigure the motorbikes they already have.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what he did was he was able to get his hands on a bunch of laptop batteries. He converted the bikes and took out all the mechanisms that would be gas-driven and turned these motorbikes, like these Vespa-type bikes, these motorbikes, into E-type motorbikes off of a laptop battery. The thing goes like 62 miles in total on one charge. It takes about 45 minutes to charge the laptop battery that powers literally a motorbike like that.
So you could take a lunch break and recharge your battery.
It takes you that long to eat a sandwich, yeah.
62 miles. I think that's a pretty good distance.
Yes.
And you've got a high school teacher that's figuring this out. I am so glad that he is in the position that he is in, teaching our young people.
So it has helped out a lot of couriers and a lot of people that need to get around. This thing is just revolutionized the way that people are able to get around like that.
And I don't know the gas prices, obviously, in Nairobi, but, if they've gone up kind of like they have around here, this is a pretty good thing.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Katie goes, and after trying to raise all of her kids, I think she's got 3 of them, she actually wrote a book.
She did. She took time. She said, it was difficult to balance life, work, and everything else and put this book together, but it was super important for her to represent her daughter. And, you don't think about it unless you have a child that has something like this. And then you start to look at the characters and go, oh, my goodness, like they're not represented at all. But Mama made a book called Mighty Mila, and it's out there and representing her daughter and also representing other little children
I
as
can
well.
see this becoming a series of books now. She did such a great job with it.
Absolutely. What she honestly tried to do was not only represent her daughter, but there's other characters through the book that are representative of other children, possibly with Down syndrome, this kind of thing that they're represented.
Yeah. Way to go, Katie.
Yeah, let's do a whole series.
Right? And way to go, Mila, for even saying something and making that observation, because now look at what your mom did.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
This will totally change the way you drink coffee. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
I wish we had these yesterday at church when we were serving coffee, because we have these like styrofoam type cups, and we would pick every third one probably had a hole in it.
Really?
Yes,
it was a bad batch of cups you got.
A bad batch. And then we were trying to check each and every one of them to make sure. If we'd have had these recyclable cups, that wouldn't have been an issue.
Some of those styrofoam ones are recyclable.
Not this one. This one is sort of made of, I guess the best way I can describe it is almost like a clay. So there's only 3 ingredients. It's a startup company that came up with this type of recyclable and biodegradable coffee cup. It has salt. I don't know why it has salt in it, but it has salt, water, and dirt. And that's the only way.
Oh, I don't want to do that to my coffee.
Well,
Make it taste like salt.
Well, somehow.
And dirt.
Like a terracotta plant container.
Never heard of a terracotta plant.
I'm sure that it's not the plant, it's the container that you put the plant down in, and it's like clay. So it's terracotta. This is basically what this coffee cup is.
Okay, so it's like a planter.
Sort of.
So you're putting your your coffee into a planter.
Except if you look in the bottom of a terracotta planter, there is a hole because that's where the water drains out of.
Like your church coffee cups that you were.
Exactly.
Liz mentioned that earlier.
But this one doesn't have the hole. You can recycle it or you can throw it away. You can get rid of it and it's biodegradable.
Yeah, you always throw cups in the trash.
No. This one, if it goes to the landfill, it's not going to be there for 1,000 years, afterwards.
Oh, it breaks down.
It breaks down. So you could actually leave it, not that you would want to, but you could leave it where you were, like in the park or whatever, and it would just biodegrade. It would go away.
Is that not considered littering?
I don't think so in this instance. It would be, let's say you accidentally left it behind. And I'm not saying just leave your cup there. But if you accidentally left it behind, it does not hurt the environment.
I feel you'll still get a ticket if you toss it out the window.
Well, you might because they're a little heavier, too. You might hurt somebody, so don't do that.
Scott says he's into these cups.
Yeah, I want one. I want to like smash it. You know how you see movies and TV shows where people finish a beverage and they just like smash the glass or whatever.
On their head? Like the can on their
or
head?
the head or the ground.
Just crush it with their foot.
I can see Scott taking this coffee cup and smashing it on his head.
Right. I can see that in my mind. It's so out of character for Scott.
It is. He's
After
got a
you finish
wild
the
streak.
coffee first.
Yeah, but still, there's going to be droplets of the coffee in there that you're going to smash on your head.
Coffee grounds in the eyebrows. Like, really do it.
That's a real good look.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Rob and Liz in the morning. It's his radio. Hey, good news. You could win the best summer ever.
Yay!
Isn't that great?
Yay!
And that's all I got to say about that.
No!
Rob and Liz in the morning on uplifting and encouraging his radio.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, there is more, isn't there?
Wait.
I
Hold
thought.
up. But boop, boop, boop. We're backing
What?
this thing up because
Why?
every time we've kind of been trying to be mysterious about it, you let the whole cat, like the cat
Yeah.
and her whole litter, out of the bag.
Yeah.
And then this time, when it's actually time to talk about it,
Yeah. Winning the best summer ever. So congratulations. You could win it.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
What?
oh my goodness.
We got to get back to music.
in a minute.
Okay.
We have things to talk about.
What? About the Universal trip that a family's going to win
So,
for the best summer ever.
Here we go. Act like we're just teasing people with the information.
Oh,
that we're
people know what it is already.
Yeah, I know. I wonder
some
why.
people, if you
I
were listening
wonder.
last week,
Wonder
it's a
why.
trip to Universal Studios for your family. We're talking the hotel stay. We're talking the travel to get you there with a gas card and the food and
We
all
got
that
some
stuff.
eats for you.
Winning weekends happening throughout the weekends during the summer.
Yeah.
It all starts today, by the way.
It does
Yeah.
all start today. So make sure you download the My HISRadio app and enable the notifications so you know when
because
they-
you'll win other trips with winning weekends coming up. And
It's gonna be so
here's
much
one of the
fun.
best parts: faith and family nights all summer long at different ballparks.
Yeah.
with all these artists that'll do either a pregame or postgame concert.
Yes. It's going to be
gonna be
so much
cool.
fun.
Oh,
All
man,
over the
I'm telling you.
Carolinas and Georgia. We're going to end up at festivals. We are going to be, His Radio's Fun Patrol is going to be everywhere.
Everywhere, making sure you have the opportunity to sign up and win the best summer ever.
So you may ask, how do you sign up? Here's one easy way to do it. You can text the word summer. I mean, it's fitting, right? Summer
Right
to
now.
800-447-7234. We'll send you a link right back.
Just like that, you could win the best summer ever. Trip to Universal Studios for you and your family, expenses paid.
Yep.
Some restrictions apply.
I like that. You got to say
Right?
it faster, though.
I know.
Some restrictions apply.
Those dudes say it so fast. Winning weekends throughout the summer, getting you signed up not just to win the Universal Studios trip, but also trips to other places throughout the Carolinas and Georgia.
All kinds of fun goodies.
And faith and family nights at ballparks with artists doing concerts and showing up at different festivals, all to give you an opportunity to win the best summer ever. And it starts right now.
You know what, Ashley? Ashley already texted Summer.
Oh, she's
So
already
she's
in?
getting the link.
Who
and
knows?
She's getting in.
She just might win.
You know, the first person through might be the winner. but
You
it
never know.
Might be the next one
It
through.
could be the third one through.
Yep.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
It's Rob and Liz in the morning, His Radio.
Hearing from Bonnie this morning at 800-447-7234. What's going on, Bonnie?
The lady that lost her, the lady that lost her keys down the toilet. That's terrible. I've dug something out of the toilet before.
What?
An earring
earring for a lady that owned a square dance shop back home in Seattle. I said, well, I'll get it for you. So I stuck my hand down in there and got it, and she gave me a free pair of earrings for digging it out of the toilet for her.
She should have gave you a free square dance lesson.
Yeah, really. I love you guys. You are so fun. You make my morning, I want to tell you.